Hello friends and welcome to Oracle of Hope. Today we're going to be doing a weekly reading from the 3rd to the 9th for Aries. If this doesn't resonate with you, you can always get your own personal reading by clicking the link in the description box down below. Basically how this works is I pull out 7 cards correlating to the days and seeing what's happening in your love life. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. At the end, we're also going to do some advice. And yeah, let us begin. Let us begin. What is Aries' love life looking like for this week? From the 3rd to the 9th. What is Aries' love life looking like for this week of November? The week of the 3rd to the 9th. Alrighty. Yes. Yep. It looks like there's going to also be some leaping of faith. So, before I say anything and do anything, let's just kind of have an overview of what I'm seeing right now. It looks like there's a lot of fighting going on, a lot of people leaving you out in the cold. Something isn't quite right. You're feeling very hurt this week, it looks like, Aries, and people are definitely not doing right by you. It looks like we have somebody leaving you out in the cold. Maybe definitely a significant other, and if you're single, somebody isn't really corresponding to your responses. They are not treating you very well, and things are going kind of south for you this week. It is very hurtful. We can get some clarification on what this means and who this is correlating to. But it definitely is not a very good start to a week. It looks very tiring, it looks very sad, a lot of snow. I mean, we are going in the winter months. Looks like you're going to be stuck and deserted in a bad situation. I feel like somebody is going to put you in a situation that you're not necessarily going to want to be in, and they're going to desert you there and make you feel not necessarily the greatest. And that's not going to be fun for you in the beginning of the week. Definitely not a fun way to start. So let's get some clarification. What does being left out in the cold mean for Aries in the beginning of the week? Who is doing this to Aries? What sign? Can we get a sign? Can we get a sign for Aries? Can we get a sign for Aries? Alrighty. So it looks like an earth sign is not just necessarily treating you the nicest. We do have long-term commitment here. And we have, King of Pentacles is a long-term commitment guy. He's a family man, but obviously this has nothing to do with his family. I feel like maybe with people that have individuals, partners and whatnot, I feel like maybe the person is definitely going to be an earth sign, and it's going to definitely be a person that they've had a long-term commitment with, and they're going to put them in a bad situation, and it's going to be very harsh, and they're going to feel very isolated. Or you're going to feel very isolated, and you're going to not feel very happy with the individual that you're with. Earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo, so one of those signs could be doing this to you, and if you're dating one of them, or if you're married to one of them, it's going to be a very, very harsh beginning for you. It's not going to be great. On the second day here in the week, you're going to do a lot of fighting with passion. More than one party is going to be involved. It's not going to be a fun experience for you, obviously, especially since you in the beginning of the week, you got left out in the cold and abandoned. Excuse me. You're going to have to do a lot of fighting, a lot of defending your ground. There's going to be more than one party involved. There's going to be a lot of passion involved. It's going to be a very harsh, horrible fight. If you're single, you're going to be having to fight for maybe the person that you want to date, and it's not going to be necessarily the greatest for you. And we get some clarification, of course. What does this correlate with? What does the fighting correlate with for Aries? Alrighty. So it seems like there's not going to be necessarily an equal give and take, and it's going to be very harsh. I feel like you're going to have to deal with being single here. We're going to address being single. I feel like you're going to have to fight for your love, and you're going to have to fight for your passion and prove to this individual that you do love them and that you want to be with them, and or you're going to have competition and a rivalry with somebody. And it's not going to be a very equal give and take, because the person that you want to get together with is going to look the other way instead of looking your way. And correlating to the singles here, I feel like you're going to be left out in the cold, and you know, I feel like you're not going to be noticed a lot. It's going to be a very harsh week for you, definitely. And for the people that have somebody, I feel like you're going to have a lot of arguments. It's going to be very passionate, and it's not going to be an equal give and take argument at all. You're not going to, it's going to be very, very, very one-sided. For both singles and for people in relationships, you're going to be stabbed in the back by perhaps multiple parties, and or you're going to have a lot of things that are said that are very, very harsh. It's not. This is pretty self-explanatory here. The stabbing in the back. It just looks like you're going to be having a lot of fighting, a lot of horrible things. It's not going to be nice for you. And I feel like when the people that have the relationship, they're going to be hurt by their loved one, and for the people that don't have a relationship, they're going to be stabbed in the back by multiple parties and individuals, and it's going to be harsh. It's going to be a brutal thing. So that's like the third day. The fourth day here is that you're feeling quite repetitive with long-term commitment. So for the people that have a relationship, this also can mean, you know, work, apprenticeship, and school. So basically, this card means that you're feeling really repetitive with long-term commitment. I would feel like with you being left out in the cold, and they're going to have to fight, and it's not going to be very, you know, it's not going to be an equal give and take, and also you're going to be very backstabbed. I would assume, obviously, you would feel very repetitive in the relationship that you're in, and it's not feeling very nice for you, and you're going to feel like you're going to have to work on your money, and you're going to have to work on yourself in order to feel better about the situation. And for the people that are single, you're going to have to do some repetitive work, and maybe focus on yourself a little bit here, and in order to feel like you're in a better situation. But it's going to be very repetitive regardless. You're going to be in a very repetitive situation on the fourth day. On the fifth day, it seems like you have some feminine energy, the Empress. This could be a motherly figure, definitely, from the looks of this reading it's going. I feel like you're going to have somebody there for you and maybe help you, guide you in the right direction, and, you know, give you some advice on what to do and how to handle everything. For the singles, you know, maybe a motherly figure and or a, you know, an aunt or something along those lines are going to be there. Or friend, regardless. This is also very Aphrodite. This can be somebody new in your life for singles, you know, somebody very feminine can come into your life. And or, you know, I just would assume that would be a motherly figure or somebody that's like you hold high in that regard. So it seems like somebody's coming in for both of you, obviously for both of you, singles and not singles, and they're going to help you out. We can get some clarification for this real quick. What does the Empress mean in this reading? What does the Empress mean for this reading for this week? What does the Empress mean for this reading? Okay. So it seems like we have here that the Empress is correlating to somebody giving you some love and emotion. So maybe a female friend and or a motherly figure. Somebody's given you some love and you don't really want to accept it, and you're kind of sitting here. You have other cups of love, but you don't want it, and you don't want to have what's given to you. You don't want to have the opportunity. You don't want to. accept it, and you're feeling very defensive right now. You just really closed off from the emotion, and you don't want that. Help or guidance. On the sixth week, on the sixth day, on the sixth day, you're holding on for a short success. So for the people that are in a relationship, you're definitely holding on for a short success and long-term commitment. Your relationship is not going necessarily in the best way, and it's showing, and you're holding on just cause, basically. I don't necessarily think that's a good idea, but that is what you're doing. You're holding on for short success. And for the singles here, I believe that you're holding on for short success with your own self. So maybe you're kind of, you're very reserved with yourself. And you're not necessarily wanting to get into a new relationship, probably. And if you are going to get into a new relationship, it would be for a short amount of time to kind of mend the pain that you've been going through. And we can get some clarification for that as well. What does the Four of Pentacles mean in this reading? What does the Four of Pentacles mean in this reading? What does the Four of Pentacles mean in this reading? Alrighty. So we have here, the Sun card. Alright. That's nice. So that makes me feel really happy. It was becoming very negative, but of course, the Sun card brightens up the week. It brightens up the month. It brightens up the entire reading. No matter what happens, things will work out and everything will fall into the rightful place. So here, the Sun card is you're holding on for a short success, for happiness. So complete happiness. So for the people that are taken, you're holding on for short success to fulfill your short happiness, your little happiness that you have, that this person gives you, obviously, even though they're not really showing a lot of happiness towards you, they're not showing much love, but they're holding on for short success for the happiness. And for the people that are single, you're holding on for short success to be happy. So you're going into little tiny relationships or kind of one night stands or flings and stuff, and you're holding on for a little bit of happiness to help you keep going in this moment in time. And so to kind of end it for the final day of the week, it's a bad week. You're feeling very burdened and you're feeling beat up over the situation, as anyone would be, obviously. And after, there's a lot of passion involved with multiple parties, perhaps, and maybe the fire sign has made you feel really beat up because, there was some fighting going on earlier in the week. So, you're just feeling really, really beat up and defensive and hurt over the entire situation. But no worries. Keep this in mind. The Sun card is here to make your entire reading okay. So you may be having a bad week right now, and everybody has bad weeks, but it will get better for you and for anybody else that is interacting with you. Things will brighten up and it will be okay. Let's get some advice for you, and then we'll call it quits there. Can we get some advice for Aries? Can we get some advice for Aries? Okay. Forest Spirit here. You have the wisdom to make change in your life if you act with authority and let go of doubt. So that is a very good card to get in this reading. So act with authority. Don't sit there and take it. You are worth more than what people say and what people are doing to you. Don't sit there. You need to take action in your life, and if somebody's hurting you, you definitely need to defend yourself and or walk away from the situation that is toxic. For the people that are single, you definitely, again, need to walk away from a toxic situation. If you see a toxic situation, you need to leave it. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to see more videos like this. I hope for whatever is going on in your week, it will get better, don't worry, and it will be great. So talk to you soon.